Hi friends, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a quick homeschooling routine for my 4-year-old boy. He just turned 4 last month. So right now we're doing like preschool, pre-K type of teachings, type of lessons. I'm going to ask you guys what type of video you'd like to see from me. And also you said a homeschooling routine for my 4-year-old. And that's what we're going to be doing today. Okay, first, let me begin by saying that I'm not a professional. I'm not a professional teacher. I was never a teacher. I'm only 24 years old. I have never taught any other children but my kid. This whole process of homeschooling has been a learning process, a failing and learning process. Let me give you a little background. So I'm a stay-at-home mom. I have always been a stay-at-home mom. Not because I wanted to. There's many reasons why I haven't gone to work. But since I saw that I was going to stay home with my kid, I lost no time and I started homeschooling him since he turned 1. So at the age of 1, he would do like 15 minutes a day or sometimes 10 minutes a day. And we would just sit down, read a book, or like do some Play-Doh, like I said, activities, playing with sand, learning animals, sounds, and stuff like that. And at the age of 1, he started talking, he started putting sentences together. Now, once he turned 2, then I started doing 30-minute sessions, and I started gradually like adjusting to the schedule. Like if you were to stay sitting for 20 minutes, that's what we would do. If you would stay sitting for 30 minutes, that's what we would do. And we'll still do the same like activities as a 2-year-old. I never really did worksheets with him, although I did have like posters for him. I always had posters. If you guys are interested in anything that I have here or that I mentioned, everything's going to be linked down below. I finally got him a curriculum. The curriculum is called The Good and the Beautiful. I got him the literature. I got him this course book and I got him some literature because I thought it would be best for him. This curriculum came with like flashcards, came with a lot of worksheets to do. I will show you along in the video. And we still use this book. It's been a year and we still use it. The reason why we still use it is because I didn't only do this book. So I would do one page one day, and then the next week I wouldn't do a page in here, and I'll be like that. I will be switching it on and off because I didn't just want to base my whole homeschooling for now on this, because I saw that my toddler is more hands-on learner, so this is more like pages, learning on pages and pages. But overall, this curriculum has helped me so much. It has helped me know what I need to do with him and what he should be learning. So I would definitely like try to purchase a curriculum, or I would go see what other moms are doing on the internet, just like if you're watching this video, because this gives you a sense of what your toddler should be learning. But also remember that toddlers learn differently. They learn at different ages, they learn different ways, and that's one thing that I have learned with my kid, that he's a more hands-on learner. The video, I'm going to be doing a voiceover and showing you guys what I do with my toddler. But again, make it very clear that I'm not a professional, I'm still learning, and everything's a learning process when you're doing homeschooling. There's always resources online like this video that you're watching that could probably help you homeschool your kid. And remember, if your kid does not know certain things that I teach my toddler, that's completely fine. If your kid knows more, that's completely fine. Some kids are more advanced than others, and that's completely normal. That's one thing that I have learned from my kid, that I've seen some toddlers already like subtracting, and I'm like, my kid doesn't know that, but he knows this, so that's okay. I don't beat myself over it. Homeschooling is different. Homeschooling can look different for everyone. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe and give it a thumbs up. I am going to be going over everything, and I'm gonna go get him. I'll see you guys in a bit.
In every single homeschooling session that I do, I always incorporate circle time. Circle time, I feel like, is a great way to review the things that you have done the past couple weeks. For example, I love to use the board for this time. Today we did it in Spanish. We are a bilingual family, so I'm trying to teach him more Spanish because he's a full English kid and I want him to learn Spanish so he can talk more to his grandparents. So we talked about the day of the week, we talked about how he was feeling, and then we talked about the vowels. In here, we're just reviewing what we did last week. Sometimes he can get a little messy around here, and I have to remind him to listen and to stay still. These are just things that you have to remind a toddler because they're still kids and learning, and often it takes a lot of patience. One thing that I love to do is calling him up to the board and asking him a question, and if he answers it right, we don't go over it again that day, but the review always happens weeks after weeks because review is never bad. I always praise when he does something good so he knows that that was a good thing to do and a good recall. And then we jumped to our posters and we talked about all our posters that we have, like the days of the week, the alphabet, and everything that's in the posters. If he wants to jump to something else, I usually remind him that he has to listen and go one by one. I have always loved posters in my classroom settings because it's a great way to review everything that is very important, like alphabets, numbers, month of the years, the weather outside. If you're interested about the posters or anything that you see here, everything's going to be linked down in the description. I feel like one of the best things about reviewing is knowing where your kids are at learning. Like if I see that my toddler is missing out a lot of the alphabet and the sounds of it, I know that I have to review that until he finally catches up. Some learning might be faster than others, so then I go over everything in Spanish and English, just like I said before, and then we move on to Bible study. So today we were learning about Noah's Ark. We have learned about this story before, but today I incorporated with something different. So first I go over the board and the book and ask him questions if he remembers what we learned the week before about him. And if he doesn't, I review with him, and that's okay. And then I ask him what animals does he think he sees here, because I know my drawing might not be the best, so I want to make sure that I did okay. And then I go ahead and read the book, explain to him detail by detail what's going on. I also make sure to ask him questions during the reading so I know that he's understanding what I'm saying. Let me just say that all the things that you see in this video are not everything that I go over. I have many other things that I use to homeschool him, but this is just one day of my homeschooling session with my toddler. So you're not going to be able to see everything that I use. I do have other products and things that I use for him that helps him in his learning because he's a hands-on learner. Sometimes I do hands-on, sometimes I don't. And if he does need a break, we do take a break in between. Like for today, for example, we took like a 10-minute break. And then we came back and we sat down and we continued what we were doing. And then we move on to a science portion. It's more geographical than science, but this was a great way to introduce more animals and what they do and where they live, since we were talking about Noah's Ark. I felt like after we talked about Noah's Ark, I just had to bring a world map and show him where animals come from, what they do, where they're from, and how big our world really is. Honestly, he loved this activity more, and I am definitely going to be reviewing it for a couple weeks so he gets more of a grasp of these animals and where they are from and what they do. Like in this portion, we also learned that plant eaters and meat eaters are different animals. So all this I'm just incorporating little by little. I know he's 4, he just turned 4, so he's not going to be an expert. I don't push much, but I do make sure to put his feet in the water so he knows that there are different things to learn about. I was also writing down the animals' names, and then I was asking him the sounds of each letter. So I mix and match everything to incorporate it into one thing. For example, then we counted how many animals we had, we subtracted the animals and things like that. And to help him learn better, we also did pretend play. For example, we were talking in our animal voices and he was asking me questions and I was answering, and if I answered wrong, he would tell me it's wrong or right. It was just a great way to also expand his imagination while he doesn't get so bored of just learning. And afterwards, we moved on to literature. We did a little bit of the curriculum of The Good and the Beautiful. We have had this curriculum for a while, and we have used it ever since he was 3.5. We actually love this curriculum because, well, I love the curriculum because it teaches me how to teach him. And I think it's a great way to actually help you understand where your toddler or kids should be at learning. And we did some coloring, and then we also did a little bit of worksheet to practice more of our letter sounds. For example, the letter Y, and we also did the letter W. And this is some great apps that I have on my iPad that I use for my toddler in his homeschooling. I will link them down below, or you'll see a picture pop out. They're both free to use, and I think are great resources if your toddler feels a little bored and just sitting down. I only incorporate iPad time during the time that I homeschool him or I go to the gym. So this is the only times you'll ever see my kid on an iPad. Other than that, I have him playing. I do not give him a lot of iPad time because I feel like it's not a good thing. But I feel like on apps like this, kids spending time learning on their iPads is better than just watching random videos. And here is the app that I also used for math. They are both English, math, vocab, and shapes. And this is the second app I use for math. It's also free, and I will link it down below, or you'll see a picture pop out. And I just think that both apps, since they're free, they were just like the best resources I found. iPad time for us usually lasts like 10 minutes most when we're doing homeschool, and other than that, we don't really use it at all. Lastly, I found this idea on TikTok. It's a rice tracing tray. You just put rice and ask your kid if they can draw with their finger the thing that you put on the board. Yes, it can be very messy, so beware. But other than that, I think it's a great way for them to learn and also incorporate sensory time. And to end the video, I just want to say that homeschooling is about finding the rhythm, or finding a balance and finding what your kids love to do the most, and incorporating that into learning. Learning the way that your kids love to learn is the best way you can ever teach them. Okay, friends, that is everything I have for you guys today. I really hope that you guys found something that was helpful for your homeschooling journey, or if you just watched this video for entertainment, I really hope that it was entertaining for you, because I know some of homeschooling videos are very entertaining for me before I was a mom. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you guys found this video either entertaining, interesting, helpful for your homeschooling journey, whichever it was. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching.
Bye.
I will see you guys in my next video.
Bye.
Say bye, blog.
No, bye, bye.